we are set to begin the Women's FPF Final Four, the Spring 2022 season. I am Piz Del Rees. Joining me in the booth is Lory Ouellette. Lory, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Well, it's an absolute pleasure. I always say that you'll have a lot more information and a lot more knowledge on this game than I do. So you're going to be carrying me today. You're going to be doing all the heavy lifting. I'm looking forward to that. We have a great matchup between Les P'tites Miettes. They come in at 6-2, taking on Red Nation 6-2. Just quickly, what do you think the key points of the game are?
The key points I would say for the best players of each team, they would have to man up to them. Because I would say in Red Nation, Géraldine is an amazing player and she gets the ball a lot. So the key point for Red Nation would be to cover her. And in Les P'tites Miettes, there's one of the girls also that would need to be covered.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know her name, but yeah, that would be the key points.
Well, it'll come up, I'm sure.
It'll
come up
course.
throughout the course of the broadcast. We saw here Les P'tites Miettes showed up early. They're running routes in the line. On the other hand, we see Red Nation, who they're coming after having been in the last women's final. They showed up sort of more casually a little bit later. Took them a little bit to get onto the field. What do you think is the best approach here? The more preparedness or the more relaxed nature that we saw with Red Nation?
More preparedness, of course. Les P'tites Miettes, I arrived an hour earlier and they were already there. So they have been practicing for more than an hour now. So, of course, they're more prepared. They're more prepared than Red Nation. So that would be the best thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. The thing is, with Red Nation, again, having played in the finals before, they saw firsthand how it feels to get to this and lose. So we'll see momentarily as we're set to begin the game whether or not that plays a factor, as well as sort of like we said, that preparation or that relaxed nature that we saw there. Referee Taram Rekic is meeting with both captains.
Yes.
And we're about set to start the game. We had a little bit of controversy going into this game. We're gonna talk about that as we get through this game.
Yes.
Originally, we didn't expect to see Les P'tites Miettes here, did we?
No, it was supposed to be Villa.
Yep. It was some issues with illegible players being suited up as players who were eligible. So the team coach, Gino DeFazio, was informed that that game would be forfeited. The rules are in place for a reason,
exactly,
right? And
which makes sense.
You know, as much as we're thankful for Villa for registering,
yes.
they were a great group of young girls, young women. We're happy to have them in the league, and we just need to have a standard to maintain for the amount of players who can play in the playoffs.
Exactly.
And so for
has
that
to be
reason,
a fair play.
Exactly. No hard feelings to them, of course. But
no, of course not.
I am happy to see that this is the matchup we wanted. This is
I was
two best
just about
teams.
to say that it's a great matchup. Les P'tites Miettes against Red Nation. It's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, Allison Sobel just met at the captain's meeting. I believe they should be taking the field on offense first.
Perfect.
We'll see what the result of that captain's meeting was. Les P'tites Miettes, as the home team, had the ability to decide in playoffs whether it would be whether they would take the ball to start or play on defense to start.
Yes.
Just a quick reminder for those listening at home: the rules a little bit different from traditional FPF. It's a smaller field, a more narrow field because it is 5-on-5.
Yes.
And it's 4 downs to get to half field and 4 downs to score, right?
Exactly. Yes. It's different from the co-ed and the guys division.
Strategically, what changes the most for you?
The field, of course, you have less space.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big difference from playing in co-ed. The field is smaller. You have maybe less space to run on the sideline, I would say.
Yeah,
that's the main difference.
It's not great for quarterbacks like me that need as much space as possible. You need to be accurate here. And Allison Sobel will be. She's actually not starting on night. It's going to be Les P'tites Miettes starting on offense.
Yes.
A little bit unpredictable here as Morgan Cosimano Valois will take her first snap of the game. She has 2 receivers to her right. Ball snapped high. She looks to her right. She throws deep over the middle immediately to her snapper.
Ooh.
It is almost caught but dropped over the middle by
good.
Florence Normand.
She was wide open for a couple seconds.
She was. It was there. It's just the difficulty sometimes throwing to a snapper downfield.
Of course.
Is you don't know which way to turn.
Exactly.
So the ball was placed on one side by Cosimano Valois, and then on her receiver Florence turned the other way, and unfortunately the two were not able to connect. It is now second down.
Yes, it was a close one though.
Yeah, no, great effort, great ball. And now again with 2 receivers to her strong side, the ball snapped to Cosimano Valois. Looking over the middle once again, deep pass once again.
Ooh,
it is thrown up and it is intercepted.
Ooh.
Great interception on
Rachel
behalf.
Valliere.
That's it. Who else? Who else? He had 14
Exactly.
interceptions during the season. Remarkably, no interceptions during the playoffs. That's her first
Good.
interception. So
That's a good thing.
yeah, she's on this ridiculous pace to have like an interception per game
I
played.
know. I saw that. I saw her stats. It's really
Yeah.
good.
So Red Nation get the ball on their half of the field. And Alison Sobel meeting with her troops. She struggled at times with accuracy this season, completing less than 50% of her passes, 48.1%.
Yeah, I
That
saw
plays
that.
into a lot of the interceptions that
It
she's
does.
throwing, which we'll talk about that in a second.
Of course.
Sobel gets the ball, two receivers to her right. She looks to her right. She delivers the out. Receivers stop running. She expected to go to the sideline.
Just about to say that. She stopped running.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was Nikki Lemoniadis, who sort of sat in the zone there.
She
and
did.
expected the ball to hit her, but unfortunately threw it to the sideline.
It's fine.
Two receivers to her right. Once again, we don't see a lot of motion like we see in some of the women's teams with these two, but
True.
on second down, ball thrown. It was an open receiver, but she
Ooh,
decides to go
Gerard
over the
did.
middle and
And it got dropped.
Yeah. What did you see there?
She had the ball in her hands, but she
Mhm.
dropped it. So I don't know what happened. Maybe
So if you saw, we saw the replay there for a moment.
yes.
There was a receiver open short. We're having seemingly some technical issues here. There was a receiver open short, but she went over the middle. The ball thrown a little bit behind for
True.
Kabia Avante. And
Overthrown.
now Alison Sobel with two receivers to her left.
Again,
and caught short.
Geraldine.
She's being targeted a lot, but again, the out over top of that was open.
Yeah, it is. She is open.
It looks like what I'm seeing is Les P'tites Miettes. They see that the ball goes to Gigi Kabia Avante often, and they're closing in on her.
That's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned at the beginning, you have to close in on her, or else she
she's
can run.
dangerous.
She is dangerous.
Ball snapped on fourth down to Sobel. Sobel looks, throws a deep ball over top. It is caught. It is brought in for a touchdown. Rachel Valliere.
Good.
There
She
we
was
go.
wide open.
She doesn't just catch him on defense. She catches him on
No,
offense
of
as well.
course. That's good. That's a good thing both ways.
We've seen both quarterbacks favor having two receivers on the strong side, on the right-hand side.
For sure.
Is that typical in your experience in the women's league?
Of
The
course.
strong side of the quarterback's throwing side?
Yes, it is a strong thing for the quarterbacks, especially a couple of their receivers. They could have their favorites, and that's the most targeted people in the team.
So usually on the right, on the throwing side of the quarterback.
It is exactly.
Now in the convert, she has a receiver lined up tight. Sobel looks to the right, delivers to the corner,
Overthrown.
and overthrown. I'm the opposite. I like having my better receivers on the as I'm left-handed. I like having them on the right because I have terrible mechanics. So it helps me step into my passes.
That's fine. That's fine. You adjust to it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Of course, if I had the mechanics of Alison Sobel
You
or
could do it.
Cosimano Valois, of course, I might have a different approach to the
That's
game.
good. That's good. Just need practice, please.
For sure, for sure. Morgan Cosimano Valois during the season threw for 1,328 yards and
That's a
94 quarterback rating. Very effective throughout the season.
Yes.
She threw the interception to start the game. We'll see how she rebounds.
Of course. They're on offense now.
Ball snapped, thrown over the middle. It is caught.
Ooh.
Great route running, great throw, great ball placement.
That's the player I was talking about earlier. If you cover her, she's not
Mhm.
going to get the ball as often.
So if you cover her as well as her hair covers her number, thus making it difficult. I believe it's
True. What number is she?
Naomi Baudet, I believe, number 13.
Okay, perfect.
To your point, during the season, she caught 21 of her 29 targets,
Yes,
nearly
yeah.
300 yards, 7 touchdowns. So she's a big part of the offense for sure.
That's what I was saying. She is a big part of the offense.
Two receivers to the left this time. Ball thrown on a short
Wide
hook.
open.
Wide open, caught, and it's going to be a first down at
Ooh.
least. The gang tackle does arrive, and the flag is removed from Esther Morin Struthers.
That's a good thing.
Absolutely. During the season, we saw Les P'tites Miettes lose to Red Nation, and then a week later, dominate Red Nation, intercepting Alison Sobel 4 times, really taking advantage of the fact that Sobel can be a bit of a gunslinger at times.
Yes, of course.
So far this game, it's been Morgan Cosimano Valois with the mistake, but so far she looks great on this drive.
She does, exactly. Again, wide open on the left side.
On her right,
On
absolutely.
her right, yes, our left.
But it's your superstar receiver
Yes,
that you targeted at the beginning of the game.
No, if you cover her, she's not going to get the ball as often.
Yeah.
I know by experience.
Baudet catching that great short hook there. I like that. Once they cross the half-field line, see how much yardage they need to work with to get the score.
Yes, for sure.
And now two tight wide receivers on the right.
Yes.
Ball snapped. Cosimano Valois throws and quick deflag.
Exactly.
Quick deflag in the flat. So
She
they
got a
have
couple yards.
Yeah, she'll have 2 shots at the end zone, I
course.
believe will be the strategy. Great quick tackle there by Cassandra Souza Frazier. That's one of the things Red Nation does well, is tackle.
Yes, for sure.
On third down.
They're great on defense.
They absolutely are. Third
Yes.
down, Cosimano Valois throws over the top. There are 2 defenders, but a perfectly paced ball, 2 feet in. That is a touchdown. Great catch. And that's once again Naomi Baudet.
Exactly. She was close to the end of the end zone, though.
For sure.
It was
She
close.
she did a great job. We're going to see it on the
tippy toes.
replay here. The ball's thrown over the top of 2 defenders. She reaches out,
Ooh.
catches the ball, and gets both feet in.
At least, yes.
She shows the camera. She shows the camera, hey, look, I'm in bounds. And the touchdown.
Both feet in.
Now on the convert, ball snapped. Delivered
Mm,
over the
she
top.
Nope.
Just out of bounds.
Only 1 foot.
But we're seeing a lot of great touch on the ball from
Yes.
Morgan Cosimano Valois.
That's a good thing.
So how do you defend against a quarterback that can really place the ball the way she does?
I would say you put as defense, you put your best players on the best offense players. So you limit the offensive players that the quarterback could send to. Because, of course, she's going to send to her best players or if they're open. So that would be the main thing.
It's now 6-6, 14 minutes left on the clock or thereabouts. Ball's thrown over the top. It's poorly placed. Alison Sobel throws the interception.
Intercepted.
And a quick deflag. But a great interception. It looks to be like maybe a flag guard. I don't know. There's
Is
some
the ball
discussion.
going to go to Les P'tites Miettes?
I believe it's
Yeah.
after the interception.
Good.
But the referees will conference.
Of course.
We talked about Alison Sobel being a gunslinger. That's one of the examples right there.
Yes. She
So
is.
the lack of this was on first down, but often what I've noticed is because she doesn't throw enough completions to sustain the drive, she's often having to throw in 4th and long situations, and that's where she gets herself into trouble.
It is. She gets intercepted on the long throws, I realized.
Hey, they're tougher to do. They're tougher to place for sure.
Exactly.
We saw there the ball float before getting intercepted. In the confusion, I was unable to see who got the interception, but we'll
It's
hopefully get that
fine.
information.
Yeah, they got 1 interception each now.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. But that's even footing, and just like that, Les P'tites Miettes looked like they were defeated after throwing an interception. Now they have new life.
Exactly. So that's a good thing.
I believe it. Are they past that field? Are they at half field?
Difficult to say.
Yeah.
They're before half.
There we go. All right. So first in a little bit of room to make it
Yes.
to half field. And so much of the playbook open to Morgan Cosimano Valois
For
here. She got 2
sure.
receivers to her left. She gets a snap. Ball thrown short, and it is caught. And she still got the ball. Great catch in space. And it's been the hero of the playoffs, Rachel Shea.
On the Les P'tites Miettes.
Les P'tites Miettes, yes.
Okay, perfect. Yes.
My mistake.
It's okay. I get
Little
mixed up
technical
with the
difficulty
other
with my
Rachel.
notes today. No, it was Rachel Shea. That is her name, right? Rachel?
Yes.
Yes.
It is.
She made a great catch there, fully extended, brought the ball in, and unable to get the flags was Rachel Valliere. And now
Yes.
they're
The o-
cross midfield with first down.
Yes.
Sobel gets the ball, delivers the ball over the middle, it floats. Valliere closing
that was
that
a
gap.
Close one.
That's the thing, Valliere, like we talk about the interceptions, obviously, but her ability to close on the ball has showed us that she tends to get a lot of the PDs as well.
Yes.
She's
I
just
saw
all
that
over the
also.
place.
She is.
And then she's the kind of player who get a lot of tackles because of that as well. Like a lot of times we think of the people who get a lot of tackles as the ones getting picked on. Not the case with Rachel
Not
Valliere.
necessarily. Exactly.
2 receivers to the right of Alison Sobel on second down. Of Cosimano Valois. She gets a snap. The ball thrown deep once again to her snapper. And
Once again, Rachel Valliere is there.
once again there. But thank goodness for Florence Normand
Yes.
fighting to keep that ball away
Yes.
from the lurking defender.
That's a good thing.
We saw Florence Normand play a game at quarterback this season in relief of or make some throws anyway in relief of her quarterback Morgan Cosimano Valois. So a little bit more perspective from the snapper there.
Of course, I didn't know that though.
Yeah, she made a few throws this season. It was cool to see.
Good.
Third down, 2 receivers to the right. Ball snap, ins over outs.
Quickly deflagged. And
that goes to Marie-Pierre Dalpé, who has been that solid possession receiver.
She has been, yes.
Yeah, all season long. So it's been great. It's been great to see. But now referee Tara Marakic puts up her full fist, showing us that it is fourth down.
Good. Couple yards to the touchdown.
So what do you think they do here? They go high, low, top, front of the end zone, and back of the end zone as well, or just send someone over the top?
I feel like they're gonna go long.
All right.
Long and high. Yeah. Maybe in the back of the end zone. That's what I'm calling.
It's what Morgan Cosimano Valois does so well is place that ball and she gets the snap. She looks. She does throw the ball to the back of the end zone and is caught once again attacking that back of the end zone. Marie-Pierre Dalpé. Great catch.
That was amazing.
We see
right
here
in the
on
back of the end zone.
We see here on the replay, ball thrown, and man, the camera placement this game has been great.
It is.
The receivers from Les P'tites Miettes really making sure to show the camera crew, hey, it's in bounds. This is a touchdown. No need to go up to the booth to confirm with Walter Berry. It is clear as day.
Twice now.
Yeah, absolutely. Now it's 12-6 with a little under 10 minutes to go. It depends on which clock you're looking at, of course. Reminder to those watching at home that the time is unofficial. Ball snapped a little high. Buying time is Cosimano Valois. She throws a rocket to the front of the end zone. It is caught.
They got the point.
And it's been the hero of the playoffs for them. I'm telling you, Rachel Shea has come alive. She's been great for them. She's been solid during the season as well. She had 15 catches, 237 yards, 6 touchdowns, 6 interceptions as well. So she's been all over the place.
That's a good thing.
The thing is, we're seeing 2 different styles of defense. We see the centerpiece of Red Nation.
Yes.
And just the combination of athletes on Les P'tites Miettes.
Yes.
And we'll talk about that in a second. But for now, it is first down. Alison Sobel with a tight receiver to her right side. She looks. She doesn't throw to the corner this time. Hits the drag underneath. It is caught. It's Valliere. Gets the almost midfield.
Yes.
Great play on that motion play where the drag comes across the middle of the field. And she's able to take it up the sideline.
Yes.
But so, what do you think is a more effective defense? A defense where you have that one pillar that you know you cannot throw there, or where you have 3 or 4 players that can make a play?
3 or 4 players that can make a play.
So you give the edge to the defense of Les P'tites Miettes then, because that's what they have.
Yes.
All right.
Then
we'll see. We'll see if Alison Sobel is able to mitigate that on second down.
We'll see how it goes.
She has slants over the out, and she throws the traffic. Yeah. Tried to force that one a little bit to Geraldine Cabiabante. Does Alison Sobel force that ball too often to her top receiver?
I would say it depends on the game. Most of the time I would say yes, because Geraldine gets the ball really often. Yeah. So I would say yes.
There's been a couple of times so far she's been thrown to when absolutely smothered. So we'll see if she adjusts. Sobel gets the ball, throws that wheel over the top. Just poor ball placement, unfortunately. Yeah. She thought maybe the receiver would stop at the sideline. Receiver was going up over top.
Exactly.
Incomplete. And that's now fourth down? Fourth down.
I think so, yes.
One referee signaled third and one referee signaled fourth, but I believe it is fourth.
Yes, I believe so also.
Okay, the play is whistled in. Receivers break from the huddle. We have 2 receivers on the strong side for Red Nation. Sobel scans the defense. She brings in all receivers tight, actually.
Ooh.
Ball snapped up high. And the play is stopped.
It's a flag.
It seems to be some sort of procedure penalty. I believe it'll be against Red Nation.
Probably.
This will be a false start. False start for Red Nation. When you have 3 referees like you do in the FPF playoffs, you get away with a lot less.
Of course, because usually you have 2. There's an extra one today.
For sure, and there's
which is a good thing.
And absolutely, you get to catch more of the game.
Exactly.
We have now Alison Sobel. This is the part of the game she struggles with, is these less manageable fourth downs. We'll see how she handles it here. Ball snapped. All receivers tight once again. She has the ball.
Rachel Valliere.
She throws it up over top. Valliere makes the catch.
She caught it, yes.
Holds on through contact.
So it'll be first down and a couple yards to the end zone.
I mean, that's the benefit, though, of having someone not afraid to make a throw and Alison Sobel's never seen a defense she's been afraid to throw against.
Exactly. That's what I realized also.
Yeah, just putting it up there, letting her player come down with it. And interesting decision to go shadow coverage. I thought they might have played a 3-deep zone there. Instead,
Yes.
keeping it in shadow made it so that it was a one-on-one battle against Valier, and that's a tough athlete to guard
It is.
one-on-one.
It is tough.
Now first down in the shadow of the end zone here. I believe they're just outside the red zone. Ball snapped to Sobel. Sobel looks to her right immediately, comes back to the middle. It is caught, and this time Cabello Bante makes the catch in traffic.
Yes, she did.
And they're a yard away from the
She
goal
wasn't
line.
very open though.
No, no,
But they caught it.
she boxed it out. She used her body to box out
Exactly.
the defenders. And Abante is such a strong receiver. It's impressive to watch.
She is, yes.
Absolutely. And now 2nd and goal. It's going to be. It looks like they moved the cone back a little bit, about 1.5 yards, 2 yards away. Sobel with one tight slot receiver to her right, 2 receivers to that side. The slant comes in over the middle. It is caught, and it is a touchdown. Rachel Valier made the catch in traffic. She then catches a wide open pass for a touchdown.
That's good.
It is 13-12, 4.5-ish minutes left in this half. Les P'tites Miettes holding on to a slight lead. We'll see how this convert goes. Would you go for 2 here or just try and tie it up?
Just trying.
Try and tie it
Yeah,
up. It is
tie it
first
up.
half.
Exactly.
need to panic.
Exactly. There's still another half left.
It's important to note Red Nation will get the ball back to start the half.
Yes, they're gonna start offensively.
Absolutely. It looks like they're going for 2. They are
2?
going for 2.
Oh,
I like it.
they
They're going
wanna
for the kill.
Yeah, they want to one up.
Throwing the
Are
ball
they
over
gonna
the
get
top
it?
to Valier, but it's going to be out of bounds. Yeah, unable
So the
to.
1 point. Yeah.
It's honestly, we've seen that some inconsistency from Sobel, which that's not her strength. Her strength is really just being willing to take chances, trusting her receivers.
Yes.
We've seen 2 balls poorly placed on the sideline, but that drive turned on that sideline throw to Rachel Valier.
She did. Yes, I saw that.
Now, how do you manage the clock here if you're Les P'tites Miettes? Do you want to score right away, or do you want to milk as many of these 4 minutes off the clock?
As many. Take your time. They
Take
have
your
to
time.
take their time. Yes, because if they do
Yeah.
a touchdown right now, it gives the opportunity for Red Nation to score again.
And if Red Nation scores before the half and gets the ball back at halftime, that could be debilitating.
It is. Yes, it is very dangerous.
Super tight formation for Les P'tites Miettes. They all break out.
Yep. Ooh. Nope.
Oh,
It is dropped.
I have to tell you this. After being on the play-by-play for the
Yes.
women's final, the first ever women's final, I brought back a whole bunch of plays that I learned from watching the women's because
Really?
they use a lot of bunch and stack formations
Yes.
that we don't typically use in FPF.
You don't?
Not usually.
Not necessarily. Okay. Okay.
I started running that in our games, and it's been an interesting.
It is because you start tying, then everyone spreads out.
Yeah, for sure, and it's not a look that a lot of our defenses are used to seeing, and we see here once
That's
again
true. A tight formation
super
again.
tight formation. Ball snapped high, and is caught by Cosimeno Valois. She throws from her own end zone, and it's called a sack. It's a safety.
A sack. Ooh.
That is huge.
It is.
We're gonna see this here on the replay. Ball snapped a little high. The eyes of Valois come off the coverage for a second, and she doesn't have her first read. And right here, you see she's dead in the water.
I think because of the defense, they manned up, so
Mhm.
all of the receivers were covered. So maybe that's why she couldn't throw the ball as fast as she could. It wasn't
Yeah.
a quick release because they were covered.
Not at all. And Jenna Arroyo coming in with a big sack, and that had a huge impact because now that gives Red Nation 14-13 lead with 2
Yes.
minutes and the ball. As the ball snapped to Sobel, she throws the out,
Overthrown again.
overthrown and slightly baited by Esther Morin Struthers.
That's true.
I think here Sobel's gotta get at least 10 yards so she has a makeable 3rd and 4th down.
She needs to, yes.
Maybe we see that drag again coming across the field.
Probably.
It was so effective last time.
It was because she was wide open.
Oh, trips to the right. Not a formation you see a ton of in the women's league, but I like it in this look right here.
Yes.
Ball thrown over the middle. It is caught. Geraldine Cabilla-Vante. The way she turns upfield when she's got the ball is terrifying.
What I realized with Geraldine, if you don't get the flag as soon as she gets the ball, she runs to the end zone. Like,
Oh, yeah.
She's
no
really
hesitation.
fast.
She's not cutting.
No.
I might be wrong. If I'm not mistaken, Mokan informed me she was a university basketball player.
Yes.
And when you play basketball, it's a lot of that. It's you catch the rebound, turn towards the basket. You catch the pass, turn towards the basket.
Which makes
and we've
sense.
seen that instinct.
Yes.
Ball snap, thrown over the top, poorly placed.
Yeah.
There was a falling defender there, but it was way too far to draw the call. And it was Nikki Liminiadis there as the intended receiver.
Yes, exactly.
So now 4th down. How do you think Alison Sobel should attack this?
There's a couple yards until the halfway.
First down, yeah.
Yeah, I would say
maybe 5 yards away.
No, I would go short then. If there's only 5 yards, I would go short.
We'll see. We saw a lot of tight man last time. It looks like it's going to be man coverage again. That tight right slot receiver to the right side is thrown to Valliere. Valliere's got some space on the left sideline. She goes up.
Touchdown!
And it's a huge score.
That's good.
20-13, under a minute left. And that is absolutely huge for Red Nation.
It is, yes.
And that's those crossing routes are seemingly giving a lot of issues for Les P'tites Miettes. It seems because they're playing that really tight shadow coverage. If it's a one-step cut, they're having a lot of trouble keeping up.
They have to communicate on the defense, yes.
Yeah, they either need to change the defensive play call, or if they're going to stay in shadow, they need to start handing receivers off.
Exactly, yes, they do.
2 receivers to the right, tight receiver on the left, ball, snap to Sobel. She throws over the top. Great ball placement. Great ball placement, and Nikki Liminiadis catching the ball there. We saw the defender cut underneath, the ball thrown over the top.
Yes, and
perfectly
she caught
placed.
It. Yes, right in her hands.
It looks like we may just get 5 plays for Les P'tites Fuck and for Les P'tites Miettes. Les P'tites Fuck will be on the next game.
Yes.
If you stay on our live stream. For those of you who have been watching on our live stream, thank you for joining us. Les P'tites Miettes, they need to score here because they're giving the ball back to start the half.
Exactly, it is very dangerous for them. If they don't score, Red Nation has the ball in offense, so gives them the advantage.
Yeah. The ball snap. Cosimano Valois looking over the middle. She holds it. Almost taking another safety, but she gets the ball out.
That was a close one.
And once again, Rachel Shea, we're going to be hearing that name a lot today, I think.
Yeah, we heard it a couple times in the first half.
And Shea's developed that the same way you kind of came alive with your team late in the season.
Yes.
Rachel Shea has been that, I believe, for Les P'tites Miettes as well.
Really? I didn't know that.
She's put up more and more of the
every game she
just felt a little more comfortable. And it's great. It adds a second dimension after Naomi Baudet.
Yes.
She pumps. She looks there. Underthrown. That ball had to come out way earlier.
But she got pressure from the rusher.
Yeah.
Sure.
We'll see if we get that on the replay, but we saw Cosimano Valois sort of pull the ball down instead of letting it go right away, and that's what let the rusher get there, unfortunately.
Makes sense.
We see now it is 3rd down.
3rd down?
I didn't hear the referee whistle in 5 plays. It has been whistled in.
Neither.
Is there 3 left? Yes, there's 3 left, as we expected. Trips to... No, sorry, not trips. It is a strong side left. Ball snapped up to Cosimano Valois. She brings it back down again.
Underthrown.
Are we starting to see some panic from Cosimano Valois?
Yes, we are seeing that she's hesitating before throwing the ball. So maybe that's why she's putting underthrown balls or overthrown.
Yeah, it's different from how she started the game, right?
It is very different.
She seemed to have a lot of confidence, and now all of a sudden, since that safety,
it went down.
Yeah, but the problem is that's allowing the rusher to get it. It's the same mistake that she had on the safety play.
Exactly.
Now it's 4th down, and the ball snapped. Strong side right.
No.
Well defended.
Yes.
In the flat by Cassandra Sosa-Frazier. Cassandra Sosa-Frazier, not necessarily racking up stats all season long, but she's been such a solid defender. There is a single play remaining in the half.
At least.
For Red Nation. Just a reminder for those used to our FPF formats in the Women's League, when it's 4th down is not completed on your own side of the ball, it goes back to start on the 10-yard line.
Yes, on the opposite team.
Yeah. So that's why it may look a little bit different to our viewers. we had a different day for the women's final as opposed to the roadshow last season. This season, we're proud to bring you the women's final as a part of our roadshow spring 2022 full plate. And now Alison Sobel with one play. We'll see if the gunslinger takes a chance.
They're going to go...
She just throws out of bounds.
Okay. Interesting.
She threw from her own end zone. There might not have been a receiver out there. That's a little dangerous. That could have been a safety.
Exactly. That's fine. She played it safe.
Yeah. So in the first half, we see 21-13 lead by Les P'tites Miettes. Are you surprised by this? Did you think Red Nation were the favorite coming into this game?
I'm not surprised based on the stats that Red Nation did this season, because they did end up in the final last season also, but unfortunately they did not win. So no, I'm not surprised by how it's going on right now, but it is a close game.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is very close.
If you're Les P'tites Miettes,
yes,
and we talked about how they were here and prepared, and they were here early, and
yes,
they had the finals mojo going. Now they see themselves falling behind. What do they need to do in the second half to turn things around?
just get back in the game, because I feel like once the QB got deflagged in the end zone, it got to her head, and from then we saw it went downhill.
What would you tell Morgan Cosimano-Valois if she was your quarterback? What input would you give her to get her to go back to her normal, more confident self?
I would just say forget about the first half. We're starting a new half. They're not down by that much, so just it's like a new game. Start again. Forget about everything that just happened and do like you normally do.
In 22 minutes and 5 plays, we will have a new women's champion for the spring 2022 season. If I had to ask you for the most valuable player of each team from each half, who would you say would be, Lory?
Red Nation, I would say right now would be Rachel Valliere.
Because she's everywhere?
She's everywhere, offensively, defensively, so yes. Yeah. And on Les P'tites Miettes, I forgot her name, but the...
Is it Rachel Shea? Is it...
yes, I would say...
Naomi Baudet?
Rachel Shea. I would say Rachel Shea for now. Okay. Yes. That would be my MVP for the game right now.
Well, Rachel Shea is, again, she's come a long way during the season. And Naomi Baudet, of course, was the top threat. Yes. But it's obviously advantageous for them to have developed both. I'm curious to see how the second half plays off. I'm surprised Valliere's had such an impact on the offensive side of the ball, because we talk about her on defense.
Exactly.
She's great on offense also, but she's been far and away the best player in the game. If we had to give an MVP for the game at halftime, it'd be her, right?
Of course.
No one's close.
She did it. I think she's the one that made the touchdowns.
She did. She caught the deep ball to keep the drive alive.
Yes.
She caught that drag that went for a touchdown, and then she caught that slant for the touchdown as well.
So she was everywhere. She got the ball a lot this first half.
Yeah, and she got that interception.
She did. Yes.
To bring, because for those who don't remember, this game started with the first drive. Les P'tites Miettes threw an interception to Rachel Valliere. She started that momentum swing. Yep. But when it appeared as though Red Nation seemed sort of slow to start the game, and from that point on, the script flipped.
Exactly. Yes. That's what we saw.
We'll see now if Alison Sobel is able to continue keeping the ball away from her opponents and having this clean game as we return down to the field for the second half.
For sure.
That's always been the concern for Sobel, but she's been great this first half.
She has been, yes. Not many interceptions, which is a good thing for both teams. Because I know during the season they got a lot of interceptions. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
She was intercepted 13 times.
Which is a lot.
A ratio of 18 to 13 touchdowns and interceptions is not what you want as a quarterback.
No, of course not.
Yeah, I know there's more interceptions in the women's game because of sort of the mechanics of 4 downs to half field versus 10 yards in the men's league, and the co-ed league as well.
Yeah, co-ed.
But 18 to 13 is still too high a ratio. You want to be closer to 3 to 1.
Exactly. Yes.
No, but she's been great. Cosimano-Valois on the other end, she had 26 touchdowns during the season, 8 interceptions. So she was in that ratio of 3-4 to 1.
So yeah, that's good.
She completed over half of her passes during the season. So you expect that to play a big role.
Of course.
But so far, both quarterbacks have made just the one mistake.
Exactly, which is not that bad.
Not bad, and if anything, I think that favors Red Nation, right?
It is, yes, for sure.
And that's why they have that lead, 21 to 13.
Yes.
Alison Sobel ready to start the second half. She's calling his plays. The body language for her, as compared to last championship against the Volts, she looks calmer than I've ever seen her.
Calmer?
Yeah.
That's a good thing. I didn't see last.
I was on the broadcast, so I hope I saw it.
Yes, of course. You know more than me.
They were outmatched for sure, and she felt a lot of pressure herself. And she's got trips to her left side. She gets snap on first down, ball thrown over the top.
Ooh,
A wide open receiver is caught.
Ooh, and deflagged.
Deflagged immediately, but a great ball.
Yes.
Perfect placement to Nikki Lemoniades,
Gained
who,
a
as
lot
the
of
second
yards.
half came alive, she started getting targeted more and more as well.
Which is good.
Yeah, she wasn't someone who got a lot of targets, particularly during the season. But it's great to see her being trusted out here.
For the finals, yes.
They beat the Red Nation beat Strangers 25-14.
Yes.
You're familiar with that, unfortunately.
Of course, I was there.
But Rachel Valliere caught those 3 touchdowns. That's where we start to see that offensive dominance from her.
Exactly. She gets the ball often.
The key was they held Strangers, you guys, to 50% in the red zone in scoring. Where they scored each of the time in the red zone. So they scored 100% of the time. You guys only scored 50%.
And
that's what happened.
It's a big difference.
That was the story of the game, right?
That's fine. But I think that Red Nation, they played a lot together.
Yeah.
And I think they come from Vanier, exactly.
Absolutely.
They all come from Vanier.
Former Cheetahs. The ball snapped.
Yes.
A ball thrown by Sobel, a little bit off platform, but great placement. And a great catch by the outstretched Valliere, Rachel Valliere, once again having her stamp on this game.
Yes, exactly. No, she's a great player.
Oh, she is absolutely amazing. And we saw Sobel throwing the ball off platform around the rusher, and then Valliere sticking her hands out to go get that ball.
Yes.
That was a great catch.
She got good hands.
Oh, absolutely. She's ISO'd on the right-hand side, 2 receivers to the left in the spread formation. Ball snapped to Sobel. She looks,
go high.
delivers the ball to her snapper over the middle, and it is not caught, unfortunately.
Incompleted to Sherry, I think.
Yeah, Vic Samar.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I got handed a note here for those who catch the halftime clock. There will be some discrepancy with regards to the clock that you see, as well as... Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's a production note that I can't understand.
As long as someone understands it.
As long as Eagle understands it, that's all that matters. 2 receivers to the right on second down. And bring the ball in with no rusher. Ball thrown over the top.
Incompleted. She hesitated a lot.
Yeah, Jaldine Cabello Abante unable to bring it in. But I like Soul taking her time there because for some reason, Les P'tites Miettes didn't send a rusher.
I was about to say that, and I was confused.
I don't like that strategy ever. As a quarterback, you can not send a rusher all day. I'd be very happy.
Because there's one more player in the...
Yeah, but no, it's
so
fine.
You like it better.
You give me all day long. You can't cover receivers forever. So
no, for sure. At one point, there's going to be one that's going to be open.
And that time, it was Cabello Abante. Ball thrown a little bit behind, but I thought she could have got to it.
Yes.
We have trips to the right of Sobel. A drive that started with a lot of promise has slowed down somewhat. Ball snap. Sobel delivers to Valliere, unable to bring it in. She had an ISO matchup, one-on-one on fourth down.
Yes.
And unable to bring it in was Valliere.
Was fourth down? Okay, so
now
it's...
I misspoke. Okay. I thought it was third down.
No, it's okay.
But it was a drive that started off with so much promise that we expected, this is another score for Red Nation.
That's what I thought also. That's fine.
Yeah, it's 21-13 with maybe 18 minutes left in the half. Who knows? I don't really understand what the production was, as I said. But this is a huge turning point for Morgan Cosimano Valois. Converts are going to be important. Scoring on every drive is going to be important.
Yes. Everything counts now.
Absolutely. 2 receivers to her left.
Ooh.
Ball thrown in space. And it looks like it's going to be a flag guard. Yeah. But the catch counts. And a great catch once again by Rachel Shea.
That's a good thing.
Absolutely.
Once again, it's her.
It's her. She's been who the focus of the offense has been for the P'tites Miettes.
So for both teams, it's been the Rachels.
Yeah, it's been the Rachels, the battle of Rachels. I think either way, whoever gets the MVP, it might just be a Rachel in this game.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But
that's fine.
Great play design where you have sort of that 5-yard out underneath and the post over top.
Yes.
Creating space over the middle of the field.
Exactly.
And there we go. Red Nation play a lot more zone than Les P'tites Miettes, and that's where the hole was.
Yes, for sure.
Ball snapped now on second down. Quick hook, open to the outside.
And quickly deflagged.
Yeah, I like that strategy, getting the ball to Naomi Baudet. I thought she had more room if she just took it up the sideline
For
rather than turning
sure.
in.
You always have more room when you go to the sideline.
But, perhaps she thought she could shake a defender and it creates a
try and juke her
makeable third
and
down.
go towards the middle.
Yeah. They're about, looks like 10 or 12 yards away from midfield. Valois checks with referee Tarim Rakic. Ball thrown once again to the outside. Whoa, it's intercepted! Great break on that ball is Cheyenne Anisha Leslie. She read that the entire way.
Would you say it was the same play?
The exact same
think
play.
so, exactly.
The exact same play.
She was there. She was there.
The thing with Red Nation is their smart defense, like you mentioned.
Yes.
They've worked together. They've played together a long time. You can't fool them that way.
No.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
And
it was a great read.
It's a great
from
look,
the defensive side.
From the defensive side, it looked open. It looked open to us up here too.
For a couple seconds, yes, but then she ran towards the ball and she got it.
And for all of Cosimo Valois' great placement, that ball placed a little bit too far inside.
Yeah.
Ball snapped a slow ball on the first down. She throws in space. Gigi Cavillavante with a catch again. Now going back to her number one thread.
Yes, always.
Yeah. During the season, she had 46 catches. She was targeted 68 times, which is a ton, of course.
It is.
578 yards and 6 touchdowns. So monstrous season.
That is amazing. Amazing to see.
Yeah. And you'll see a lot of yardage in the women's game because it is 5-on-5. So
yes.
Once you do break from your defender, there's one less defender to get
exactly.
beyond.
You can run upfield.
Ball snapped to Sobel. She looks to her right, delivers in traffic with Valier. Still has the ball. She's spinning and spinning and oh no, it's a touchdown!
Yes, it is.
We'll see that on the replay. I thought she was deflagged just in front of the goal line.
Too. Her spins helped her.
I think she had 2 spins. Here's the first one.
Yeah.
The slow motion replay is very slow motion.
Then a second. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's in. There we go. So the goal line is on the blue line,
not the white line. Yeah.
I think we both made the same mistake there.
Yeah, we did.
2 receivers to the right of Sobel. She gets the ball, delivers to the outside.
They got the point.
There we go. It is now 28-13. Red Nation were stopped to start the half.
Yes.
We thought that was going to be a huge turning point, but no harm, no foul, as the interception leads to a touchdown.
Yes.
And that play by Cheyenne Anisha Leslie, that might be the play that turned the game.
For sure. The interceptor helped them a lot. For sure.
Absolutely. And Morgan Cosimano Valois now communicating the play. If she panics here with 14 minutes left in the game, this might just give the game to Red Nation.
Oh, for sure. Let's hope she doesn't panic.
Yeah, that's the key. That's the key.
They can't let her get to her head.
She needs to look across the field and be as calm as Alison Sobel's been all
she needs to.
Her body language is similar, though. She doesn't seem to be
I was just about to say that.
Tight, 2 tight receivers on the right-hand side. Morgan Cosimano Valois gets a snap on first down. It's high. She throws the ball over the middle. Well placed.
Ooh.
And deflag quickly with Florence Norma.
Yes.
Florence Norma is a very, very good snapper. A lot of snappers are the type that you just get the ball to and they deflag quickly.
Exactly.
But
they mostly do short plays.
Exactly. But
I realized she doesn't. When she gets the ball, she doesn't do short plays. She runs upfield.
Absolutely, and she's great catching the ball in traffic the way she just did.
Yes.
But she's also good at catching those routes that are second and third level.
Yes, for sure.
I just find at this point maybe a little too calm as the P'tites Miettes huddle lasts a little longer than I thought it would.
They look too calm.
2 tight slot receivers.
Ooh.
Valois brings the ball down.
Incomplete.
She keeps coming off that first read, which is fine, but it's taken her a moment to bring the ball back down and then make the throw to her secondary and tertiary targets. And that's not been her MO. She's been very accurate all season. So
she has been, yes.
We'll see how she adapts. It's now 3rd down after game-breaking first down by snapper Florence Norman. Ball snapped up high.
Yes.
Delivered to the outside, is caught, and it's going to be a first down. And that's Naomi Baudet once again.
Yes.
Your favorite.
Yes.
No,
she's a great player.
Absolutely. So well-placed ball there. Looks as though Morgan Cosimano Valois is starting to feel like herself again And
She gained more confidence in the
yeah,
the
even
end
though
of the
she
first
threw
half.
another interception, she almost seems calmer now after having thrown 2.
That's true. Yes.
Now on first down, she gets a snap. Once again, the sideline
yeah.
open.
And the flag.
Yeah, that ball goes to Marie-Pierre Dalpé. Dalpé's
Yes.
been, again, just a solid receiver for Les P'tites Miettes.
Yes.
One thing I've noticed, I find the snaps are coming in a little high and a little slow.
They are.
Do you think that's affecting Morgan Cosima-Novallois?
I would say yes, because when you get the ball a bit higher, like not as accurate, you have less time to look over
Yeah.
the field and see who's open. So you have to release quicker.
It does take your eyes off the coverage, right?
Yes,
So
exactly.
it does make it more difficult.
Yeah, for just a couple seconds, but a couple seconds could mean a lot.
Yeah. Baudet back on the right-hand side of the offense. The ball is snapped. She has her on a drag over the middle.
Ooh.
Overthrown.
Yeah. She had 2 receivers there.
2 receivers in the same spot. I
Yeah.
thought Florence Norman was setting like a pick for Baudet to come underneath, but the ball kind of sailed over both receivers.
True. Yeah, I saw that.
This is a huge possession now with 10 minutes and 53 seconds. We talked about how slow these huddles have been. This drive started with 14 minutes and a half.
Yes.
So it's 4 minutes, and all that's come of it is the single first down. They're still discussing. They need to start
They're
running
taking their
plays.
time.
Just
Yes.
they're down.
Yes.
Come on, Les P'tites Miettes, pick it up. Pick it up.
They need to go.
Ball is snapped. She has a short receiver, instead will attack to the end zone.
Overthrown.
Overthrown. It does look a little bit like her receiver
Maybe
stopped the route.
Yeah, she slowed down a bit.
Yeah. She was open, but you know
That could have been a touchdown.
the combination, the communication between Esther Morin-Struthers
Yes.
and quarterback Morgan Cosima-Novallois, not quite there.
Exactly.
It is fourth down.
Fourth down.
Yeah.
Let's
So
see
she's
if
been
she
great
can-
on fourth down so far. She scored
she
twice
has
on fourth
been.
down.
Yes. Let's see if she could do it a third time.
28-13, under 10 minutes to go. Single digits away from having the Spring 2022 Women's Champion crowned. The ball is snapped. Looking over the middle. Good ball going over the top to Struthers. It is caught. Incomplete.
Not a
We might get a
touchdown.
challenge. We might get a challenge there. I thought both feet were in.
I thought so too.
You have to try. You have to absolutely challenge this if you're Les P'tites Miettes. Do they know that they can challenge?
I don't think they do.
That's 1 foot.
Oh no,
Oh,
second
that's
one
1 foot.
wasn't in.
Oh no.
That was close.
Then don't
though.
challenge. Oh yeah, it does. It did look like that second foot. Unfortunately, unable to come down. Great work by our camera crew. They got a good
Yes.
angle of that one.
They do.
Producer Eagle at Master Control is very happy. He's very happy with that. Man, that was a shame. That was a great ball thrown by Morgan Cosima-Novallois.
Yes.
And we've seen some great footwork by the receivers at the back of the end zone.
Yes, always. It could have been another one.
This time, not so
Wasn't,
much.
unfortunately.
Yeah, the ball snapped to Sobel. She's got 2 receivers to her left. She brings the ball back, and it's
Ooh,
almost intercepted in the middle of the
almost.
field.
Yes.
Great defensive play there by Morgan Cosima-Novallois.
Yes.
She wanted to get the ball back for herself.
Yes, of course. You always want that.
Yeah. I've never been able to do that. I'm
No?
not. Defense is not for me.
That's fine. Stay QB.
Exactly. We'll have to see, of course. We on that last play
Yes.
with Les P'tites Miettes, I found they had 2 receivers short of the end zone.
They did.
I don't know why they didn't have them just run their route to that first cone, right?
Yes.
If you're going to run a hook 3 yards short, just run it to the cone.
Exactly.
Now trips to the right-hand side of Alison Sobel. She studies everyone, gets a snap. There looks to be rusher interference.
Ooh. Intercepted.
It's intercepted, but it's coming back.
Yeah, I didn't get the flag.
Yeah.
Ooh, bumped out.
I wish I could have gotten more excited for that because that was a great read in
It
the air by Rachel
was.
Shea.
But there was a flag, I think, right?
It's going to be interference on the rusher, and it wasn't even the snapper.
Ooh.
It was the slot receiver on the right-hand side.
Ooh, okay.
Actually, no, it's going to stand. It's going to stand
Really?
because it is.
An interception.
It's my mistake. It's an offensive penalty.
Oh.
It's going
on
to stand. So a huge
Renation.
play, but it looks like Rachel Shea. She's the most valuable Rachel so far.
Yes.
If they can come out with the win, she'll be the most valuable Rachel.
Yes, she will.
Valiero will have to take a back seat.
We'll see what happens in just a couple
Yeah.
minutes.
First down. Man, that was a miscue by Alison Sobel.
It was.
She probably, the way she reacted made me believe it was an offensive penalty. Because she just threw it up.
Exactly, me too. I thought it was that also.
Maybe that's what she thought as well.
It happens.
Ball snap. And thrown over the middle.
In
It's
the
high
middle
once again.
Mm.
If she puts that on the line, that's a touchdown.
Exactly.
Maybe
she turned around too quickly. Would you say that?
Again, I'm not sure. A lot of these throws, I'm not sure if they're bad placement or miscommunication.
True.
I don't know.
I would say if she would have continued and she wouldn't have turned around, she would be there on the ball.
But was it a hook to the front of the goal line and
True.
then it's, you know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah. That
just like we
makes
saw
sense.
before, where the receiver stopped. Did the receiver stop because that was the route, or was it just a miscommunication?
You're right. You're right.
You know? It's hard to know without being in a huddle, of course.
Exactly. We don't know what they're talking about.
The huddles that are taking too long, as we said.
Yes.
Ball thrown out to the side,
Ooh.
and Rachel
Flag.
Shea once again.
Couple yards to the end zone.
At this point, if you don't buy yourself a Rachel Shea jersey,
Exactly.
you're wasting your money.
She's
You're wasting
everywhere
your money.
also.
She's been amazing on the biggest stage of them all. It's third down. Referee Taram Rakic communicates that to the defense of Red Nation, who've held strong, but this has been part of the field where we've seen Morgan Cosimano Valois be very dangerous.
Yes.
We'll see if she can return to form on
One
this
more
drive.
time. Yeah.
Ball snap high once again.
Really high.
She has that.
Ooh.
But see, that affected that read completely.
Yep.
It was open early, but it gave time for Gigi Kabio-Bante
bat
to
it
close
down. Yep,
on the
exactly.
drive, on the route.
Which is an incomplete.
Now it's fourth down.
Is she gonna get it?
Hey, she's made great throws on fourth, because even the last
Yes.
one should have been a touchdown.
Exactly. It was a close one.
Yeah,
Just needed that 1 foot in.
we haven't seen a touchdown from Les P'tites Miettes since their second to last drive of the first half.
True. It's been a long time. Is it gonna be one right now?
We'll see.
We'll see.
Ball snap to Valois. Ends over out.
Mm.
She throws that wheel.
Oh.
Ball thrown too high, a little too far, just out of reach from Marie-Pierre Dalpé. Dalpé trying to keep her feet in,
She did.
as well as reaching for that ball, unable to do it.
That's fine.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
less so,
yeah.
because
Not
it's 4.5
so.
minutes.
She tried, but now it's the ball for Red Nation.
We praised Cosimano Valois' ball placement early in the game,
Yes.
and last two drives, balls just thrown a little too far.
Yeah, she was always close to the end zone, but never able to make it.
Yeah, I'm very unfortunate. The game started with interception by Red
Yes.
Nation, then 2 scoring drives by the P'tites Miettes, and since then they have not scored.
Exactly. It's been Red Nation the whole time.
Yeah, and Alison Sobel I know, again, we talk about her being a gunslinger.
Yes.
That's great. This is not the time for it. She needs to control the game.
exactly.
She can end this game without giving it back.
For sure. Trips
The ball
on the
snap.
right. Mm.
Ball thrown into
Wide
space.
open. She got
Rachel
that.
Valliere.
Good.
She wants to remind us, of course, that she's the real most valuable. Australian.
Exactly.
She's not giving up the trophy yet to
She
Shea.
is not. We said her name a couple times now.
Yeah, no, she's back. She's back.
Yes, back on track.
Second down, and that second and short here is better than even getting the first.
Yes.
Because it takes more time off that clock.
Exactly.
I almost want to waste this down and then have 2 shots to get 1 yard. Right?
That could be safe. Yeah, that could be a safe play to do. Are they going to do it though?
We'll see.
Mm.
Sobel throws it out into
GG.
traffic, but using the body of Kabio-Bante to just box out the defender.
Yeah, exactly.
She's just bodying anybody who comes her way.
She is.
But that's that basketball background, right? The boxing out, creating space
You're
for
right.
yourself.
You're right. That's why she's great.
Yeah. Well, amongst the many reasons.
Yes, yes.
The
amongst
speed, the
many
intelligence,
reasons.
the
Yes,
strength.
Yes.
There's literally
Not
not
only
enough
that.
adjectives to describe the game of
Exactly.
Geraldine Kabio-Bante. The English language fails to describe how talented
Exactly.
she
Yes,
is.
yes.
And there's a timeout by Les P'tites Miettes. Eagle says yes. He indicated timeout. He didn't tell me who it was, so I guessed. Yeah, all right, there we go.
Timeout on that
I'm not.
side.
Listen, it's the first game of the day, guys. I'm gonna make mistakes. This is why I take the first one.
Yeah,
so
of
to help
course.
Eagle iron out his deficiencies.
We're
So
not perfect.
Now with this timeout, what do you think the adjustment will be for Les P'tites Miettes?
Get
prayer?
open. Communication, get open.
Oh, but now they're on defense.
Oh, they're
for
on
Les P'tites Miettes,
defense.
yeah.
So I would say zone. Stick to zone. Cover the person that's coming here. Deflag as fast as possible.
Maybe try and bait those outs that we keep seeing from Alison Sobel.
Always, yes.
Those 5, 10 yard
Those are
outs.
dangerous.
Yeah,
if you
they,
can stop those, That's good.
Look, at
That's
this
good
point,
for
you
them.
need to take risks, right?
Exactly. at
Because
this
if they
point.
score again, whatever, the game's over anyway. But
yeah.
but if you don't create a turnover, the game is also over.
It is, exactly.
Tight trips to the right-hand side of Sobel at the end of the timeout. She has a receiver going over top, but it's poorly placed. It's intercepted. That's exactly what Les P'tites Miettes needed. They're back in this game. It's 28-13.
Yes, it's not done.
Alison Sobel's thrown 3 interceptions, and it's a safety. Yeah, they'll bring it up. Oh, touchback rather. My mistake. Yeah, it's going to be a touchback, so the ball will come out of the end zone.
Okay.
And yeah, it's the 3rd interception by Sobel. She might get the championship anyway.
Yeah, we'll see. The game is not over though.
Not over. There's at
Couple
this point
minutes left.
they've given the game to Les P'tites Miettes, who refusing to take it.
You're absolutely right.
Refusing is also not a word. Refused is the word I meant to say. But they've refusing to take
I
it,
know
Lory.
Exactly. I know what you meant.
They've refusing.
We'll see how they do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because the last 2 drives, they weren't the best.
Ball snapped into the end zone. Quickly delivered in out.
Incomplete.
Like we've seen
The
that out
defense was there.
baited. We talked about how Les P'tites Miettes need to bait those outs.
Yes.
Instead, it's been Red Nation doing it, and
Exactly.
Cheyenne, Anisha, Leslie doing it once again.
She is. She's there.
If
She's on her receiver.
if the score holds, she has the interception that turned that game, right? Because that was the play that got Red Nation back on track.
Yes, you're right.
We'll see if that holds or not, because it's 28-13. Les P'tites Miettes are taking an infuriating amount of time in every huddle. There's 90 seconds left or thereabouts. Ball snap, delivered to the outside.
Again.
At this point,
Try something else.
try something else.
Try
or
something else.
do an out and up. Because
Yes.
if she's undercutting the out, the up is open.
Exactly. Do something. Yeah.
And look, it's
We'll
easy to
see.
see from up here, right? We have
It
all
is,
the
we see-
angles.
yeah, we see
We have
everything.
replay. We have a producer screaming at me. We have all of this stuff going on. Of course, it's easier for us to see than it is to see on the field.
It is, for sure.
I always said that if I can quarterback from up here, I would never throw an interception.
No?
But I throw plenty because I'm on the field. So the huddle once again taking 1,000 years.
Yes, they're taking really long.
Lory, most of my hair is already turned white, but after this game, I don't think I'll have any dark hair left
No
because
dark
that's how
hair.
long they're taking in the huddle. Ball
It is
snap.
very long. I don't know what they're doing.
Kazimanovawa throws
She
to the
caught it.
outside,
Gain a couple yards.
but now it's 4th down.
4th already?
Yeah, 4th already, and almost no time left. This game is all but over.
I would say that.
Rachel Valliere is looking to be most valuable Rachel because
Yes.
I don't think you can give the MVP to Sobel, right? After throwing 3 interceptions.
No.
She's
I
been
agree with
fine, but not enough to really be the
you.
most
No,
valuable player.
exactly.
Ball snapped to Cosimo Valois. She looks to her right. She pumps,
Hesitant-
throws over the middle, hesitating once again.
Ooh. Once again, she's going towards the middle.
Yeah, and Florence Tolma, she goes down, and I believe Les P'tites Miettes still have a timeout they haven't used.
They
And
do.
Time's up on our clock, but again, the reminder to viewers at home, the clock is not official.
Exactly.
It's 5 plays. They're leaving a timeout
5
in the
plays.
bag. The clock management for Les P'tites Miettes has been infuriating.
It is. Since
League
the second half. Because the first half, they were doing good.
they've been a different team in the second half.
Exactly.
For the worse.
Something changed.
Yeah. Just bad juju. Ball snap. She looks to her right. She has that open receiver this
Wide
time.
Oh!
Baudet keeps her flags on.
Oof. That was a close one.
So with 4 plays left, they're going to be
They could get a
just
touchdown.
outside. Yeah,
But is it gonna be
but the
enough
game's
to
over.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
It's
as
not enough to win.
soon as Red Nation gets the ball back, they can end it. Commissioner Rob Campana is already on the field with the trophy.
Yeah.
That when you're the
Ready to
losing
hand it
team,
out.
I've been a losing team in the finals.
You did?
I looked over and I saw him make his way to the sideline. I'm like, well, I guess we're out of time. I guess it's over,
That's
huh?
not, yeah, it's not fun when
It's
you know
not a
that.
great feeling. It's not a great feeling.
It isn't.
But Red Nation experienced loss last time around.
She did.
So
They did.
hopefully
Last
they can.
season.
Yeah, they did. They did. Ball snaps to Cosimo Valois. It's a little high once again, but she catches and drops it.
Oh, tumble.
Just everything going wrong.
It is.
every
At the
single
end,
thing.
it's not time to go wrong.
Yeah.
They could do a last touchdown.
Yeah, we'll see if
Closure.
they're able to do it. But Red
see.
Nation, the thing with women's league that I love so
Yes.
much is the sense of community. A
Yes.
lot of these women know each other. It's fun. It's fun to see.
Yes.
I hope that Red Nation can communicate to Les P'tites Miettes, saying, hey, we were here last season, and now we're holding the trophy.
Exactly.
So stick with it, because honestly, it's been a great season for Les P'tites Miettes.
Yes, it has been.
I'm not shocked Red Nation have won. I'm shocked by the lack of execution by Les P'tites Miettes. It kind of feels like the bright lights, a little too much for them.
I would say the same thing. Yeah.
Ball snapped high. Throw over the middle. No, it'll be go over the top and dropped. Those are those catches they were making at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Esther Morin-Struthers unable to bring in that bullet thrown by Morgan Cosimano-Valois. She has a rocket. When she lets it go,
Yes, for
she
sure.
can really get it there.
Just the
It's
placement.
4th down. It's a bit of a moot
2
point.
plays left. Yes.
But let's make it respectable.
Of course.
Let's get it to one score. But Red Nation's defense looks locked in. They look dialed in. They've predicted a lot of what Cosimano-Valois wants to do.
Ready.
They said, you know what, she wants to attack that back line.
Yeah,
Let her. Let her make the
exactly.
tough throws. Ball is snapped on 4th down. High once again. She's holding the ball once again and sacked. A huge sack by Jenna Arroyo.
Big.
Jenna Arroyo, another key in this game. She got that safety that helped keep the lead for Red Nation.
And that's the game.
We're going to watch. We'll talk about that in a moment.
Yes.
For the moment, though, let's celebrate Red Nation. Let's celebrate how great they've been as we get prepared to watch the trophy presentation.
Yes.
The presentation of the all of my pajamas, which are FPF championship T-shirts.
All the T-shirts.
Yeah. I have mine going back to 2013.
Really?
Yeah.
9 years ago.
Yeah, so many that I've worked on, unfortunately. But what we see here is the presentation of that, as well as the MVP, which we've joked around for a little bit. It's going to be the most valuable Rachel.
Exactly.
I think it will be Rachel Valier. But we weren't involved. We weren't involved in the selection process.
Exactly. So we're not gonna know. We're not gonna know who it is until they announce it.
We'll see. Instagram, FPF's official Instagram account, led by Lance Daniel, photographing the championship and filming the championship team. Red Nation, they are your 2022 Women's championship team, of course.
Congratulations to them.
Yeah, and we're about to head down to the field for the trophy presentation with Rob Campana.
All right, guys, we're down here at field level with Red Nation, so you girls can go ahead grab your championship T-shirts. My hands are a little bit full here. Let's put this down. Okay, guys. So we know that your esteemed captain is not here, right? She's away. So will someone be representing the team to grab the trophy? Who will that be? Ali. All right. Congratulations, Ali. Summer 2022 Women's Division champions, the Red Nation. Here's your championship banner. This is yours to keep. All right. And you can fill in your team name in there if you want. You can do that now or after. And we have one thing left to present here down on field level. That's the finals MVP trophy, which goes to Rachel Valier. Congratulations. Great job. Here, maybe a couple quick words. So, Rachel, if you can just, Rochelle, if you can just maybe say a couple quick words. You guys were the 3rd place team, right, all season, if I'm not mistaken? Second place?
Tied for Thursday.
Okay. So talk to us. I mean, you're pretty much dominant from start to finish. They kept it tight, but you guys were firing on all cylinders. So talk to us a bit about your offense in this game.
I think our offense did amazing. I mean, we stayed focused, and I think our defense also helped motivate our offense. I'm not very good with words.
Okay, great job. Finals MVP. The word straight from her. Congrats. Great job.
Yeah, and we're back, and we got to see Russia Valier, like we predicted.
Yes, exactly.
Winning
we were right.
the MVP. Great game from Red Nation.
Yes, amazing game.
We talked about some of the turning points. The interception by Anisha Leslie on the sideline was huge.
It was huge.
But the sack by Jen Arroyo didn't get the notice perhaps that it deserved in the moment.
Yeah.
But when we reflect upon the game, the extra possessions really were what made Red Nation victorious in this game.
It is, yes.
So if you're Les P'tites Miettes,
Yes.
how do you react and rebuild for next season?
My adrenaline, I'm shaking.
Of course, I would be sad because you're in the finals and you lose, but it should motivate you to work harder, just change, adapt to what you did wrong to be better next season.
And it was a great season for them. Unfortunately, came just short.
Yes.
Not long, like a lot of those throws at the back of the end zone in the
Yeah,
second half.
there were some
Unfortunately,
close ones.
some close ones. For Lory, Ouellette, and myself, Peace Della, your spring 2022 women's champion are Red Nation. Congratulations to them. Stay tuned for those watching on the live stream. We have Co-Ed 1 coming up next.
Thank you.